Hey everyone, it's Kristen. Today I just wanted to share some of like the superhero comic books that I have that I thought were fun and cool. Like there was this one. It's basically like a comic book that was put out by Wizard. It's Cerebro's Guide to the X-Men. Basically, they have an alphabetical list of a bunch of X-Men like, during the time, so the 90s, and basically giving like a little profile and like what they're up to at the moment. Like they have Deadpool. Um, I mean, they just have, like I said, it's 90s, so a lot of the 90s characters. They don't have one of my favorite characters in here, like my favorite kind of um, not well-known character, but she's still like a mutant, still kind of, well, she's part of Alpha Flight. Snowbird, she's not in here, but I guess she's not technically a mutant, so maybe that's why she's not in here. I don't know. Um, but it's really interesting to like read through everything and see what everyone was up to in the 90s, so to speak. Um, See, it kind of looks like this. Basically, it's kind of like they made like a computer printout sort of thing, like a computer file for it. And then I have I have this like little basically little kids book about Night of the Sentinels, the very first X-Men episode. See, I tried to read this one to my nieces, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't want to read that." I was very disappointed because they were like, no, we're good. We don't want that one." But, I mean, it's basically, you look at the episode from the animated series and it's very similar. Like, here's one, like, about the Juggernaut. That's, I think, episode 7, I believe. And just a kid's book about it. Colossus, my favorite, although he doesn't look very good right there. He definitely does not look good there. My favorite scenes where they break him out. Although, when he's in jail, he's not in his Colossus form, so they goofed on that. And then they have like this X-Men survival guide to the mansion that they put out, which is also kind of cool because it gives like specs. Like it says Forge's notebook. Just character drawings, like uniform, security of the estate grounds, of the mansion itself, and then like here's all the floors and the sub basements. So they have the ground floor, second floor, basement, first sub basement. See, like here's this picture right here. There you go. See, second floor, ground floor, basement, sub basement. Like the really interesting, because on the first sub basement it says men's dormitory, women's dormitory. Interesting. You'd think it'd be like on the upper levels, but well, there are men's and women's, so it's interesting that they would have that in the sub basement too. Maybe I guess if they're down there, um, there's a sauna and a whirlpool down there, lockers, shower. Maybe that's what it's for. I don't know. That's interesting though. Let's see. So, I mean, yeah, they just have like a lot of like interesting things. Like, here's the blackbird and like the specs of it. And then they have like a whole almost chapter about like the danger room and different programs that it can run. I don't know. I just thought it was a cool little booklet, and they have one about Cerebro. Yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool. They mentioned Muir Island also, and then the Massachusetts Academy, where Generation X was, and Mystique was a headmistress. This one was one of my favorites when I was growing up. X-Men Look and Find. You know, it's kind of like Where's Waldo? So you look, like it has all this, and then you know, try to find the main characters, which like you can see Wolverine clearly, and there's Gambit over there, Colossus, Beast, there's Magneto by my thumb, and then it tells you, hey, you need to find these things in order to go to the next page. And then what it also does in the back is say, hey, like it says, Forge could use some extra hardware back at the Sentinel's base. See if you can find these things. It gives you a list. And so you go back to that and see if you can find in all of this a screwdriver. So those ones are definitely harder. Like here they are in space. And that's what you have to find. And then, like I said, in the back, it'll tell you other harder things to find. The Savage Land. This is Genosha. Asteroid M. Magneto's base. And here's Jubilee. You can see her jumping on the bed. And here's the mall. That's where they first, you know, met Jubilee, according to the animated series. Shi'ar spaceship. And this is a mall from the future. See malls, interesting. And look, they're finally home. Anyway, it was just a lot of fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was fun to look through and try to find the things. And, you know, like I said, it's kind of like a Where's Waldo, but it's X-Men instead. Okay, this, I could never see these images. Like, I did what it told you, and, you know, you're supposed to focus your eyes if you're looking at a faraway object. Like, it says, easy way to do this, hold the book against your nose and very, very slowly pull the book away from your face. Do not focus on the image. Let the image come into focus. I could never do this. I don't know. I tried like all the ways they told me to. I couldn't do it. But it's Spider-Man, so I had to have it. But, I mean, it's kind of a cool art book anyway. You know? I mean, it's still fun to have. Like, I'm still glad I have it. Even though I can't see it. Like, the images, if you blew them up, it'd be cool to, like, hang in your room as a poster, really. Oh, look. Mary Jane. Anyway, and then, like, ooh, Black Cat. I like her. She's cool. There's that image. That one. That one. That one. That one. That one, and then what you're supposed to be able to see, which I could never see these. So that was very frustrating. My brother, who's like, oh yeah, that's so cool, I can see that. Well, I couldn't. And this has to be one of my favorite books. It's a pop-up book. This is the one I did read to my nieces, and they were like, oh yeah, it's a pop-up book. Only because it was a pop-up book. I'm sure if it was just like an X-Men book, they'd probably be like, I don't want to read that. Because, I mean, they're young, so they like princesses and stuff, even though I really tried really hard to get them to like superheroes. You know, bought them the costumes that were pink and like had the tutus, and I'm like, oh, look how cute, and they're like, no. Anyway, see, there's Cyclops. Like, it's basically an introduction of the characters. Magneto. And then of course like there's other panels that like fold out and stuff. Of course, this one's my favorite in this book. And then fact file, you pull this out and gives like their stats, you know, how tall they are, how much they weigh, you know, powers, like, real name, etc. Nightcrawler. I like Nightcrawler. Founding members. Oh, that one's just, you know, a factoid file, so to speak. Wolverine. It's pretty cool. Banshee. He's kind of a random character that they threw in. I mean, because he's not a super popular character. Like not a lot of people know who that is. But I mean, he was, you know, closer to the original. He was originally like a villain, as you know, a lot of characters seem to start out as. But you know, he was involved with Moira McTaggart for a while. They were together for a while. Outlook and Colossus versus Juggernaut. Cool. Anyway, it's just a fun book that I found. I mean, it's fun. Like I said, that's the only book, the X-Men book, that my nieces would let me read to them because it was a pop-up. So it's a fun way to share like my love of superheroes with them, since they won't read the other books and they don't like the costumes I bought them. Oh well, but I mean it's fun. Like they enjoy it, at least. They enjoy the pop-up aspect because it's different, and they're still at that age where pop-up books are really fun and cool. Anyway, that's just a couple of books from my collection that I wanted to share with you that I have held on to like all these years, and I really enjoy still, you know, looking through them. Even this one, even though I can't see anything, any of the images, it's so frustrating, but it's still cool to look at. It's still fun to look through all the pages because it's like I said, you could like put this, like blow it up and put this on your wall and it would look really cool, like, you know, behind you or as a poster or something. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you join me for my next one. Bye. Till next time.